So it seems that Therion will get a pace step up instead of a free step up, which surprised me a little bit since I thought they changed it up with Kadana Santa Leono with the free step up. But I guess that's not the case. Although it would make you feel slightly better if he also got a pace step up, so at least we're fair on this part. Therion is, well, you guys probably know who this is already, so there's no need for me to introduce him. Therion has two roles to serve. He is either a dagger DPS or he is a utility character with his shield crack and his debuff. Triple Bite and Paralyzing Tooth, well, is considered a nuke. One at 255, the other one at 260. But since both of them are serving different role, you might want to bring both because one is for shield breaking, the other one is inflicting paralysis, and inflicting paralysis is really useful. Hellfire is just another version of Double Y Buzz, but it's fire, and Restrainful is his own basically anti-attack or anti-guard. It's not as versatile as Viola, who has all of the debuff. So Therion cannot debuff elemental defense down, which means that when you pair him with elemental attacker, they will not benefit much from the debuff. Although you pair Therion with a team mostly full of physical attacker, then this will benefit a lot because you can debuff both attack and defense at the same time. Therion first passive. I shall redirect you to the same passive that Viola had and see how much of that passive did Viola utilize. Short answer is you're probably not gonna utilize his passive much because his absorbing skill is not as good as his other skill. Therion's second passive is the main reason why this guy is so high in so many tier lists. Therion has an average kit. He has debuff, he has shield crack, he has a nuke. All those are pretty much on par with what most other thieves have. You have a 520 power nuke, you have a 6-hit dagger, you have a 4-hit AoE shield crack. These are very powerful and it's the main reason why Therion is so good. Therion is always useful no matter the situation. If the enemy is weak to dagger, then that enemy is pretty much dead. If the enemy is not weak to dagger, then the 4-hit AoE shield crack will still help break the enemy shield really quickly. Therion is also the second fastest character in the game. The fastest character in the game right now currently is A2, and Therion is second behind her. Now, if you take away Therion passive from him, then what you get is a pretty average thief who has a 260 nuke, but has a low base attack, has no inner damage up, and has pretty much all the things that other thieves have. A shield crack, a debuff, a nuke. What I mean from this is that he is very dependent on his passive, and whenever he do not have enough BP to use his passive, then his performance is on par with other thieves. So Therion only shine on the very spotlight when he has 3 BP at least. Oh, and also Therion is fast, maybe a bit too fast, and this is a bad thing because Therion has a passive that is really good for dealing damage, right? So people in Japan would always try to set him up as a damage dealer, put him some dagger damage up, maybe like max that out to 30%, and then use him as a DPS. The problem though is that because he is too fast, he will always be the one that attack first, so you cannot really use your 1-hit nuke, you have to use like your 3-hit nuke to initiate the break, but he doesn't do the full potential of damage because he have to break the shield first. Although it's not really that big of a problem though, but if you worry about this, then just leave some of his speed note not unlocked yet. Status in the end. Well, Adele is power creep, so anyone who pulled for Adele, then I apologize for you, but Therion deal more damage than Adele, because he's the best dagger DPS in the game right now. And he is versatile against any enemy because he has AoE, shield crack, and debuff. In the land of the rising sun, you know like how recently we got Bashta and Sonya? Well, both of them completely kind of outshine Therion, so he is the 4th best dagger DPS over there. Although he is power creep though, he is not obsolete yet and still see a lot of play simply because this kid is very strong. So even if he got outshined by other unit, he is still a very strong unit for you to use. Okay, let's compare Therion to Adele. Therion is just a better Adele. The only thing Adele has better than Therion is that Adele has a slightly higher attack base, and the fact that Adele shield crack is unconditional 3 times, while Therion requires you to boost max to do it 4 times. Both of them require the skill to be boosted max to be at full potential, but Therion is better because a 520 power nuke is better than a 260 power nuke with crit and 30% damage up, so Therion win hit in damage and utility also. Honestly, the damage up has not been a big problem because you can just put on some accessory for Therion to make up for that, while Adele is already capped at 30, so she really cannot do that. If you want to pull for Therion because he is one of the original 8 and because he is a very strong dagger damage dealer, then go ahead and pull for him. Even though he will be power creep in the future, this does not make him obsolete and unplayable. He is still very strong, so don't worry about that, okay? As for me though, I shall save my ruby until the handsome maskman or the handsome professor arrive. But since neither of them are probably arriving anytime soon, then my ruby stash is safe for now.